I think people are fed up. They're fed up with the overreaching, overregulating federal tyranny. They are fed up with the federal government trying to run our lives. Most people just want freedom.
How should the United States deal with the threat of ISIS and terrorism as a whole, both abroad and at home?
To just have an open border is senseless in an age where we know that we have people that have declared war against us, and they are literally willing to come and kill us. Those that make trips make trips abroad into the Middle East are definitely folks that we need to take a look at, but part of the issue also is an abuse of visas. That is no different than securing our borders. That's a part of that issue as well.
This next question comes from our viewers. What would your stance be on the Trans-Pacific Partnership?
TPP was fast-tracked by Roy Blunt. He voted to fast-track the TPP. The problem with free trade is, well, here's how this works. When you have free trade between our country and a country where essentially they have slave labor, basically that allows American businesses to shut down operations, move overseas, take advantage of that cheap labor. That costs American jobs, and that costs local tax base where those companies shut down.
You spoke earlier about securing the border. What shape would that take, and then what would you do about the estimated 11 million people who are already living here undocumented?
But here's the thing about building a wall. Even as you're trying to build the wall, you will have people throwing ladders over it, digging tunnels under it, cutting holes through it. We've seen that where fences have gone up already. So you have to have troops on the border to protect the wall. Well, how far are you willing to let these troops go? Now, this is a hypothetical question. I don't advocate one way or the other on this, but how far are you willing to go to protect your wall? Are you willing to shoot someone in order to protect the wall?
You're running as a conservative alternative to Roy Blunt in what has become a very, very closely contested race. And Blunt's supporters have argued that voting for anyone else would automatically hand the race to Jason Kander, which potentially could give the Democrats the majority in the Senate. And that is something that the Republican Party is trying very hard not to allow happen. How do you respond to that argument?
They will tell you that a vote for a third-party candidate is a wasted vote. So let me ask you, seriously, how much more wasted could your vote possibly be than to be cast yet again for the two parties that have given us $20 trillion in national debt?
In 10 words or fewer, why should voters pick you?
I stand for the Constitution and the principles that made this country great.